Hey folks, Richard Trascoma, Real Estate with a Twist. If you haven't noticed, and maybe most of you haven't, I don't know, for the first time in a long time, last couple of weeks I had to make a cocktail. I was out of town helping a couple of my children move from one side of the continent to the other, or at least the middle to the other. And so hopefully they do well in their new location there in Maryland. So took a couple weeks off to do that and to help a friend and us get another business started up there, just because you need more pain in your life right now with the COVID. But this week, it's as summer's ending, but around here in Florida, it's still hotter than heck, so I'm gonna go back with a Flora summer drink for today. Today we're gonna do a whiskey mash. And this is a good drink. If you're not a big whiskey drinker, this isn't a bad one to start with to kind of get you into whiskey. And we use some lemon in that, which takes off a lot of that whiskey bite that some people are afraid of. But this is a nice summertime cocktail. Don't be afraid to mix up the ingredients a little bit. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But all you're gonna need for a liquor today is a nice bourbon is what I would recommend. We're gonna be using Knob Creek, 100 proof, so it's gonna have a nice little kick to it, and you're gonna want that to help hold that flavor through all that we're gonna be putting in there. So whiskey mash, you can pretty much, peaches are great in this, but I'm gonna do a traditional one with lemon and mint today. But don't be afraid to throw apricots, peaches, something else, and try a different thing in here in the mash. Obviously the mash is for a reason that we're gonna be mashing it. And if I was smart, I would have my muddler, or masher we could call it. So not a lot to this one today. We're gonna go ahead, what you wanna do is get probably four lemon wedges. You don't have to squeeze them because we're gonna smash them in here, but four lemon wedges, throw them in here, and we're gonna muddle them. So you can put them in any kind of cup and then use any kind of muddler you got. So you're gonna wanna muddle those things in there. What we're trying to do is get some of all the lemon juice out, but some of that brine too, that lemon, that bitter, that's gonna help add to this a little bit later. So you're gonna wanna make sure you get those nice and muddled. The next ingredient, mint. Lemon and mint go great together in a lot of cocktails, and a lot of times people just think that should be limited to things like gin or vodka and stuff like that, but this drink proves that that's not true. If you have big mint leaves, I'd put 4 big mint leaves in here. This thing, our plant sort of puts out smaller leaves, so we're just gonna put a nice big pile of them in there. But if you got mint leaves from the store, you got a big mint plant, 4 big mint leaves. Like we talked about with the mojito, oddly when you muddle or bruise mint, you're just trying to get the oils out, so you don't really want to smash it, and I'm not going to do that. In fact, don't be afraid not to even muddle once you put the mint in there, because when we shake this thing, we're going to get a lot of what we're after done with the ice, the bruising of the mint leaves and the adding of the flavor. So then our ingredients are pretty straightforward. We're going to want 2 ounces of our bourbon of choice. And make sure, like I said, that you pick one you like anyway, or it'll be bad to start with something you don't. Nice 2 ounces of that. A simple syrup, you can use agave syrup if you don't want to, you want to lighten the calorie load, but you're going to want about 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. Yes, I know, my wife's counting calories right now, but it's worth it. So that's really the only ingredients for now that we're going to do. Once you get that, we're going to put it in a shaker, and we're going to shake the heck out of it. Here's where we're getting those mint leaves to get bruised. And we're bruising those mint leaves and getting that oil in there, and it's gonna be a nice mix with that lemon. Pop that off, get your strainer out. You can double strain this if you want. I don't find that it's usually necessary to double strain it if you push down a little bit on your strainer. And then when boom, pour that in. Nice rocks glass. I got a couple of very small pieces of mint leaf in there. You probably can't even see it, but that's gonna go ahead, and we would have caught that if we double strained it. You wanna get a little sprig of mint. They say you can smack it on the back of your hand. That'll get the oil going. Drop that in there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a whiskey smash. Don't be afraid to mix it up. Thanks for joining me again, and cheers.